welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Grace. If you're not new here, welcome back. If you haven't already, subscribe down below. In today's video, I will be talking about the Morphe times Ariel collection. So if you want to know my thoughts, definitely keep on watching. All right, this is my first time filming since I moved everything around. May not look like I did, but I promise you I did. But I wanted to do a little bit of a first impression on the Morphe times Ariel makeup brush collection. This is the 12 brush set plus the sponge. It comes in this really nice sturdy box. It shows his signature right here, and then it just says Morphe times Ariel. Super nice bougie little box. I'm gonna keep this even after because girl, this is very expensive. I believe it was a whopping $98. I was crazy about this collection because I love the way this collection looks. It is just very aesthetically pleasing. So when you open this, it's like a PR box. This is what they look like, all 12 pieces. They're just so pretty. And on the actual brush itself, it actually does say Morphe times Ariel, so it says it right there. And then on this bottom part, it says the number of the brush. So this is the A21, and then super soft fluffy brushes, you guys. So I'm not necessarily reviewing them for you guys, but I do want to give you a first impressions, my thoughts on them. Tell me these are not aesthetically pleasing. I love the way they angled it. It feels really good. It feels like a little paintbrush. And then the color, girl, I'm gonna have these on display in their own little special box because they're just that pretty. But yes, so it does come with a sponge as well. A lot of people have been saying that the sponge is a lot softer than the normal Morphe sponge, and what I've noticed is that this side isn't as pointy as this side. Can you see that? I don't know if that's what they meant to do, but it does feel very soft. So I'm gonna go ahead and wet this and I'll be right back. Okay, so I did wet the sponge, and as you can see, it definitely did grow. Right here is where I squashed it. So it looks a little funny, but yeah, here's what it looks like. It did grow. It looks a little interesting right now. This little mark that you see right here, I feel like it's the indentation from the box itself, so it'll probably go away. What I'm going to start with is doing my eyeshadow. Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette because I haven't used her in a long time. So I wanted to show some love. So I'm going to pack on this shade right here, which is Grateful. Okay, so they say the 829 is actually a packing brush. I feel like it's a little too flimsy to be a packing brush, but I'm going to use it as a packing brush and then see from there. He is a makeup artist, so I'm assuming he knows what he's doing. I like the way it's packing on the shadow. It's not leaving it splotchy or anything like that, so I really like that. And I can low-key blend it out with this same brush. So, but I can definitely say that this shade is not what I thought it was. So I'm probably gonna go in with Homebody on top of it. Okay, so now I'm gonna look at these two brushes right here because they both look like I would use them for blending. This one's just slightly bigger and a little bit more flimsy. This one's more tightly packed. I decided to go with the A20. I might actually go in with Comfort Zone, which is up here. It looks a little darker on camera, but it's a little bit lighter than that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend that shade out with this. And the way these are designed, I feel like it's really easy to hold at the end. It's actually blending that out very pretty. Do you guys see that? It blended it out very nicely. So I really appreciate that. So for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the crease and then deepen it just because I wanna know where I'm going with this, because right now I have no idea. I just chose some random colors. So I'm gonna do the dual-ended A19 brush, which looks like this. I believe this is for concealer, but I'm gonna use it to cut my crease. Okay, so I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand and then just cut my crease. If you're wondering what I use to cut my crease, I use the Anastasia eye primer. Realistically, I really like the way these brushes are working. I like the way they feel in your hand. I really like it. So far, I'm gonna take G Money and Homebody and put that on the outer corner. So I'm going to take this Packer brush, which is an A18, and I'm going to take the black in the palette and do just a slight wing. Instead of taking the A11 just to blend out the area where the brow meets with the eyeshadow, and it blended out seamlessly, you guys. There's literally no harsh lines. The eyeshadow looks bomb. And then I smudged my liner with the A18, and I really like the way that it came out pretty dang precise, but I was able to smudge it out. I really like that. So another thing that I did use was the A20. I practically used all of the eyeshadow brushes so to create this look, and I really like it. Honestly, there's not a brush in here so far that I've used that I don't like, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my mascara, prime my skin, and then we'll go in with like the base products. Okay, so I did finish my eyes. I'm not gonna do any lashes today. The e.l.f. Putty Primer. If you guys are looking for an affordable primer, this one is super good. So I'm gonna go ahead and combine two foundations. Actually, one is a skin tint and one is a foundation. I'm gonna be using the Huda Beauty stick in Latte 300. And then Eavesdrops in number 7. So I'm gonna start with this and then apply the other one. And I'm gonna use the foundation brush, which is the A24, which looks like this. We'll see how good that is. Because my skin has been on the drier side, I'm gonna spray my face with the Patrick Ta Major Glow Dewy Milk Mist, just to help me blend that foundation out. What I can say is it's actually blending out that stick foundation very well, so I'm impressed. Not a lot of foundation brushes really sit well with me with this foundation, so I really like the way that this is working for the skin. So I'm going to take the sponge and I'm going to use that and like the rest of the skin. It looks very pretty. It looks very blended, very creaseless. Like, you know how sometimes brushes will leave like streaks on you? This didn't do that, so I really like that. This is a bronzing brush, specifically a cream bronzing brush, so I'm gonna use that today. This brush is the A58 and it looks a little like this. So as you can see, it's a little bit flatter but wide. It's not as dense as you would expect. Normally I use a stippling brush to do my bronzer, but I mean, we're gonna test it out and see what it does. That's why I haven't done my concealer yet. So I'm gonna take this e.l.f. Putty Bronzer in the shade, what shade is this? Golden Haze. And I'm just bronzing up the skin. I'm not necessarily contouring, but bronzing. That looks pretty. It's blending seamlessly and very effortlessly. It's blending it really fast. That cream bronzer is very mistake proof, but the brush itself is doing the work for me, to be honest. So I really like that. I'm gonna go ahead and blend out that concealer really quick on the pointy side. Wow, that was really fast. Like, you guys saw that. That took seconds. Really like that. I like how you can just get in there. So I'm not sure what this A3.2 brush was for, but I use it to set my under eyes. This is supposedly to set your face as well as bronze it. So I'm gonna use it for both. I'm gonna use it for powder first and then bronzer. Alright, so I really like the way these brushes are working. Honestly, they do work very nicely and they're very soft, so it's like pleasant to be using them on your skin. So far so good. This Ace Beauty contour palette and use this shade right here. So we did the bronzing, now we're gonna do blush. Supposedly, this A22 is a blush brush. Girl, where? I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out, right? I'm gonna take the Rouge Romance one. I'm gonna take it for this shade right here. This blush brush is very precise. I really like that because if you noticed when I put it right here, that's where the product went and it can go everywhere else. So like if you use a bigger brush, it will go everywhere else. This one didn't. So I'm gonna take this same brush and cut my cheeks. But I'm gonna go ahead and use this brush right here, which is the A14. I'm gonna use this for highlight. So I'm taking the Nicole Guerrero highlight palette. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I did do my eyeshadow, my base products a lot with this brush collection. I used basically all of them. And girl, I really like them. It looks very, very pretty, very seamless, very airbrushed. It was really easy to use if you're a beginner. It's very friendly for beginners. You have most of the products that you do need if you were to get this brush set. So I do really recommend it. I heard some people say that Morphe does have these brushes, some of them, not all of them, in their normal collections. So if you can find them like that, then you might want to, because these are really good brushes. The only thing that changes is really the bristles they use and the way that the actual brush looks, but the shape of the brush I believe stays the same. So nonetheless, you guys, I'm obsessed. I am really happy that I was able to get my hands on this collection because I will be using this very much a lot. I really like everything about this collection. I like the way it looks. I like the way it comes in the PR package. The way these feel, the way these look, they're really soft, they're really aesthetically pleasing. I like everything that has to do with these brushes. So if you're like me and you're a fan of Ariel, then I would definitely recommend to get these brushes if you can. I know at one point they were sold out, so definitely check if they aren't, grab them. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you haven't already, definitely subscribe, give it a like and share. I really appreciate it. It helps a lot for my channel. But yeah, nonetheless, I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.